This is the BMW iX3, BMW's most popular EV in Singapore. With more than 500 of these cars on the road. In this video, I'm going to give you a full tour of the exterior and interior of the car, the charging and driving experience, and share a final verdict on who should get this car. Click subscribe to stay updated to more videos on EVs. So up front over here, you will see that there's no more grille because this is an EV, so it's just replaced with a flat panel. And there's a small change in the BMW logo above here. You now see a blue halo around it to signify that this is their EV range with a blue, their earth. And this car is in beautiful blue, one of my favorite colors. From the outside, if I didn't tell you about that blue logo badge and this one here, it looks like a normal ICE car. Many people who rode this car with me the past 2 days said, can't tell as an EV until we accelerate the car. So that's an appeal for some people who don't want the car to be shouting, hey, I'm an EV. And for others, it may look a bit old school. So let's check out the rest of the car. Here on the sides, you get the 20-inch rims and you got the M Sport version. So in Singapore, all of them are coming with this performance variant here. And this car was known to me by the Eurokars auto team. So thank you so much for allowing me to test drive one of the most popular cars. Now, this version here, it starts at 328,888 Sing dollars. And this is an entry-level version. The difference with the entry-level version and the premium version that costs $10,000 extra is that one has the full 360-degree cam. So there are no cameras on this one on the side, and the premium version would have a camera, I think around here, in front here. So you don't get the bird's eye view cam. They do have a rear camera for reversing. So as we come down here, we will talk about the glass roof. There is a glass roof on top. This is a pretty tall car, so you can see that. I think I got to stand up just to see the top of the car. The ride height is quite high also. The standard door handles over here. The charge port is on our rear right, and we've got AC 11 kilowatts here. And you can press both flaps. You got a DC one. You got 150 kilowatts DC fast charging. Not the fastest, but it's good enough for most public chargers. Nowadays in Singapore, we go and find an SP Shell charger. Most of them are up to 150 kilowatts. And we'll go to a DC charger right after this. So we close this. In the back, you get a little bit more of that blue badge over here in the BMW, and you get the iX3 here. So that blue eye signifies it's an EV. So as we open, the rear camera is over here for reversing. And this is a very spacious trunk. 510 liters trunk, very good for family use. Nice ride height. You can sit here for picnics, chill with friends. There is hidden storage below. You pull this up, you can see more space down here for your EV cables, first aid kits, and anything else you don't need on a regular basis. Now, I don't know whether it has a footwell sensor, but you can close it over here by just pressing this button on top. I love the space on this car. The only other SUV with more space is a Tesla Model Y. And we will talk about other cars that we compare with later on. So you see exteriorly as you pull back, it is very much like BMW's ICE car. If you love the BMW look, you will love the exterior of this car. Nothing too different. This is a pretty warm and hot afternoon in Singapore. So before we get in the car, the good thing in the BMW EVs is that you can access the My BMW app, and you can turn on the climate control with the fan button over here. So once your car is paired with your app, you click on the fan and you communicate the car to turn on the aircon. So when you head inside, it's not too warm. Now it's taking a while, and you got other basic controls in the car, like your lock. You can see your state of charge. You can horn and turn on the lights. And you can find your vehicle. Right now it's saying Ang Mo Kio Town Garden West. We just had early lunch at McDonald's. This is a very nice McDonald's to come into. So now that the aircon is on, let's head inside and give you a tour of the interior. See you inside. Welcome to the interior of the BMW iX3. My phone can go into this wireless charger down here. And we have to adjust it a bit. There you see the blue light, the phone's charging. On charge ports, there is a USB-A charge port over here. So I hope that in future versions they can just swap it to USB-C, because every other charge port on this car is already USB-C. What I mean by that is, in here, you have a hidden USB-C charge port down here. And later on, when you see in the rear seats, you will see 2 more USB-C charge ports. Inside the BMW, you've got a very classic BMW look, a steering wheel with buttons, media controls on the right, and you've got your driving assistance on the left. That's your BMW horn, and the logo has a blue as well for the EV range. Here, you've got your iDrive controller. So those of you who remember last year, we got to try the BMW iX. Their controller was crystal. This one is a more standard controller, and this one navigates the menu over here. So you can see in the BMW menu, you've got a relatively responsive screen. It has wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So for a lot of my friends, that is a great thing to have. For me, I'm still using my phone mount so that I don't have to pair my phone in the car. And this screen here is 12.3 inch. So I remember earlier versions of the iX3, before the refresh, they had a smaller 10-inch screen. So this is a bit bigger. This 12.3 inch screen is the same size as this driver's instrument panel in front of my wheel. In the premium version, which is not this one, there is also a heads-up display in front. So there's no heads-up display for this. I'll just look down to see my speedometer. Now, something to call out, right, is range. So after driving this car for the past 2 days, you'll notice here in the front instrument panel that the range is showing about 220 kilometers. So my state of charge right now is about 70%, which means if you actually project it 100%, the real world range is closer to maybe 350 to 370 kilometers. Not bad, but not ideal for long road trips, because when you drive to KL, it's 350 km. So you can barely make it to KL with one single charge. That's one thing to watch out for. In front here, aircon vents, you got a lot of buttons, you got your radio control, you have your 2 cup holders in front. This is the gear selector down here. Now BMW still have a start-stop button. Their start-stop button is blue for their EV range. So I need to put my foot on the brake and then I press start. You hear that sound. That sound was created by Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer has been partnering with BMW to make all their artificial EV sounds. Here in this touchscreen that you saw earlier, they are using an older operating system. BMW called it OS 7. Last year's BMW iX, which you test drove, has OS 8. I hope that in the future, BMW allows all their cars to have over-the-air software updates so that all cars have the best and latest software. It's like getting an iPhone, you just want the latest iOS version. Same thing for BMWs, hopefully in the future. So there's one advantage tech-centric brands like Tesla has over the legacy car makers. On top, there is a cover here which you can actually pull back, revealing a sunroof. So sunroof is good for nice evenings or cool mornings. Singapore climate a bit tougher. You pull it up again, ooh, you get the sun. So there you go. So we can close this. The feeling inside, so the seat hugs us a bit. You see this blue stitchings around the seat. This is for the EV range, so they got the blue stitchings around. It is comfortable, it's not too stiff, and the turn signals are on the left stalk. This car still has stalks, unlike the new Tesla Model 3s. So you've got, if you come from an ICE car, you come from the ICE X3, you are good to go. It's very easy, very comfortable, right? And you can see I'm sitting up quite high, quite straight right now, and a lot of space on my head. Up here, you've got lights, you can see yourself. Let's head behind and check out the back space of the iX3. Welcome to the back of the BMW iX3. It is spacious for the 2 passengers sitting inside. For the passengers sitting in the middle, you have a transmission tunnel down here. This is because the iX3 shares the same chassis as the ICE iX3, so this will exist as long as that happens. Below, you will see these 2 USB-C charge ports, so it's very good that, again, USB-C is now more common on modern cars. You've got your air cons down here, and you've got fancy cup holders here. You can lift this for small storage, keeping your phones a notebook, and you can lift this down to reveal the back. So you got some longer items like jet skis, golf clubs, my backpacks over there. You can do this, pretty cool. Then you pull it all the way back up, and that's it. It is spacious. Passengers behind will get to enjoy the glass roof, the sunroof over here. You've got, I do not know what this is for, so those of you who are BMW owners, please let me know. I just to attach something else. So you've got this, you've got your lights, and you've got handles. Pretty classic, very luxurious, very comfortable back. Now let's go back to the front and let's drive to a nearby charger, because owning an EV, it's all about finding the right chargers, and in Singapore we have a lot of EV chargers. So we'll see you back in the front seats. Welcome back to the front seats. I've got my SP app open, and one of the EV chargers we can go to is here, Orchard Country Club in the north. So they've got 2 AC chargers and 2 DC 50. And we'll just click directions, go to Google Maps, and there we have it. And we just navigate. So there's a few ways. We're going to take a more scenic route through Yishun Dam over here. So this is our route today, 20 minutes. So let's take a drive on iX3. We'll talk about the driving experience as we go to an EV charger. And so to kick things off, we go in drive mode and we are ready to head out. So this car is very silent, and the seatbelt automatically pulls back. Looks like a safety, it keeps you safer. We're here in Ang Mo Kio. We're leaving the drive-through McDonald's Ang Mo Kio on our left, and we're making our way north towards Yishun. Okay, now we've got a bit of clear road, so let's try out a little bit of the acceleration ahead of us. And here we go. Okay, there's some construction ahead, so not much going on here. This car goes from 0 to 60 in 6.8 seconds. Decent. It's faster than the ICE version. So my friend who sat in the ICE version of the X3 said that you can definitely feel the instant torque of an EV. So as we wait for the red light, and now it's a green, here we go, a little bit more of acceleration. So you can see it handles the turns well. It's more planted because the center of gravity is lower. There's a battery pack at the bottom of this car. Normally for most EVs, the battery pack is half the weight of the entire car. You drive through busy traffic, busy intersection, you don't notice much road noise. The BMW iX, the more premium range, which costs $500,000 in Singapore, is quieter. This is also very solid. The car is built like a tank. Many people say the BMW build quality would be better than a BYD or a Tesla. Largely, that's a fair comment, that's a fair claim, and it's a very luxurious driving experience. With the higher ride height, you can see through more obstacles. There are less blind spots. The whole front visibility is good. The rear visibility is good as well. It's a wider rear visibility compared to a Tesla Model Y, where the back's a bit thinner because of the hatchback design. The one thing that this car uses by default is their normal creep. So I think if you go to the B mode, there is a single pedal driving. However, if you just stay with the normal drive mode, it will still drive and creep like an ICE car. So if I let go of the brake pedal, the car will creep forward. BMW in their menu does have, I think, 3 options for regenerative braking, from the strongest to the lightest. I'm using everything that's standard right now. As we wait, you want to see the car cameras. There's this here. So this one turns on the car's, I think, like parking assist cameras or sensors. There you go again, just click on this. There's no camera picture right now. And then there's a reversing assistant. So BMW says that this helps you if you're in a tight single lane road, this will reverse up to 50 meters behind. So there are some good smarts, some good technology that helps assist you. You can connect your phones to listen to music. And let's see what apps they have. Okay, pretty basic. Yeah. Pretty basic over here. It's 11 more minutes to our destination, Orchard Country Club, where we talk about EV chargers. Many people ask, okay, I don't have home charging, should I get an EV? To which, after talking to many EV owners, I say yes, because you can charge in your office, your mall, or your country club, which we're going to right now. Welcome to Singapore Orchard Country Club. It's my first time in the SP charger in a country club, so let's go find it together. Let's check the map. I forgot where it was. Actually, I didn't even see where it was. So we're here in Orchard Country Club, and it says car park lots 585 to 588. So it may not be in the basement. We're not sure. So if we look down there, can we see any car park lot numbers? I think 150. So maybe further down the country club. That's 585 to 588. I wish that they had more detailed instructions after reaching the destination. The last time with our same cameraman, we had the BYD Atto 3, when we were going around in Tech Place finding the charger as well. Okay, let's go and find. We do not know whether it's at the ground level or in the basement. We just know it's 585 to 588. Oh, on our left is members car park, so that's not for us. Here we go. This should be it. Blocked by a huge container, so I couldn't see the chargers. Okay, so we've got AC and DC. So these two EVs are taking over the two DC lots. So what are we going to do? We're going to use this AC43 in the middle. We'll reverse, and you'll see the reverse cam pop up. So we head into this really warm, sunny lot. Here we are. Click park. And you do have to press the start stop button, or we can leave the aircon on for people that enjoy the aircon. Let's head outside and join me as we charge this car. You see, you notice when I let go of the brake, it just jerks. Even though it's in park mode. That's something I noticed a few times with this BMW. So something to take note of. Let me know down in the comments if you drive a BMW and how to avoid this just sudden jerking of the brake. Okay, let's go and charge the car. The charging stalls are just behind, so come follow me. Now this car has got the DC50, so I'm taking this Type 2 AC43. Now let's see whether the cable is long enough. It may not be long enough. Oh, come here. So, moment of truth. It is just right. It is just right. There's barely any tension left. So we got now the charge port in. You see a orange light, means it hasn't charged yet. We go down here, and I need to scan the QR code. Such a sunny day. I scan the QR code. It is 54 cents per kilowatt hour, and I click start charging. It takes up to 30 seconds before it starts charging, so we just wait for a while. As we wait, we can go back to the charge port and see what happens. I hear the sound now, it is charging. And the SP app is showing that it's charging right now. I can slide the stop charging anytime. And down here, you can see that the light has changed from orange to white, indicating that it's charging right now. So, we made our charging experience. It's going to take a while to charge because even though this is AC43, the max AC charging speed on the BMW iX3 is 11 kilowatts. Now join me in front and we'll do a recap and my final verdict for this car. It's so hot, so I'm going to stand here in the shade. You can see that the car is baking under the sun behind me. What do I like about this car? BMW has good app support. The app is basic and it works. So when I'm away having a nice cool drink while the car is charging, I can go to my BMW app and it will show the charging status over here, 67%. I'm at 189 km range, and it will tell me it will reach 80% by 1:28 p.m. So about an hour from now. Not too bad with AC charging. Now the thing that I cannot seem to control is to try to change my max charge from 80 to 90%. There's no simple way of doing it. When I click charge and climate timer, it just allows me to change the charging time, but I'm not able to change or slide the max state of charge. So if you know how to do that, let me know down in the comments. There's one ask just to make it more intuitive to change the state of charge, because if I want to go on a long road trip to KL, I want my charging target to be 100%. With the good app support means you get the modern comforts of an EV, which is in Singapore really important to turn on our aircon before we get into the car when we park outdoors. The design of the car is sublime, it is simple, it is low-key. No one's going to think it's an EV unless you tell them. And for some people, that's a bonus. The other things that are nice about this car is that it's spacious. The trunk, 510 liters, is solid for family use. The ride height is good, so for those who are elderly, you want to sit in a straighter back, get a great SUV. And the visibility in front and the back is also very good. The driving is fun. What can this car do better? Range. The real world range, so even though the WLTP range is 461 kilometers, when you look at the app and you look at the cars, you can even see back in the app, right? If 67% is 189 km, you just change it back to 100%, is closer to 350, 370 km. That's the real world range. So BMW, please give us more efficient EVs with more range. At minimum 400 km, 420 km real world range would be ideal. The other second potential downside is the price. This car at 328k for the entry level is 45% more expensive than the equivalent Tesla Model Y, which is their rear-wheel drive. Model Y rear-wheel drive at current COE category B prices is around 215, 220k Sing dollars. So almost more than 100k more to get this car. The third thing is continue to have more software features, stronger hardware and software integration. Right now this car is limited to OS 7 and the newer BMWs have OS 8. So if they can find a refresh and a way for all BMWs to have newer software, that's going to be a win for everyone. Overall, I think that this car is great for anyone who's been driving legacy BMW, Mercedes, Porsches, worth checking out. You get a car that you'll be very familiar with, everyone's very comfortable with, it drives with creep like a normal ICE car, it's a very easy transition. And as Singapore moves away from pure ICE cars, all sales of pure ICE cars will stop by 2030, this is a good natural choice. I can see why this is BMW's most popular EV in Singapore. If you found this video useful, please click the like button and hit subscribe to stay updated to more videos on EVs. Thank you.